Read this woman's profile. When I heard that she was our guest speaker, and I went online to look for what I can see about her, the things I was seeing, I was just inspired and motivated. That, God. So you can rest assured that the person coming to speak to you today is someone of great value, and you would surely be impressed and inspired. So with an impressive career spanning over 3 decades in the oil and gas sector, Mrs. Azuka Eluchie has showcased exceptional expertise in leading teams to set up accounting and reporting systems, particularly within the context of various concession agreements in the oil and gas industry.
With an MBA in Banking and Finance and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered of Accountants of Nigeria, Azuka Eluchie has continuously demonstrated a keen eye for budgeting, strategic negotiations, and the intricacies of the oil and gas industry. Her career has been marked by significant roles within the ENI company in Nigeria, culminating in her current role as the Managing Director of Nigerian Agip CPFA Limited since August 2022, where she has driven the activities of the closed pension fund, ensuring compliance and creating harmony among stakeholders. She is also an alumnus of the High Performance Leadership of the IMD Business School in Lausanne, Switzerland.
And also, before entering the ordained ministry with her husband, she was the coordinator of the teenage church in her local church. She is also a patroness of the Girls Brigade 10th Surulere Battalion, Anglican Youth Fellowship, and Rising Star Fellowship of the same church. Her husband has just retired as a clergy in the Diocese of Lagos Mainland Anglican Communion.
She has a passion for mentoring youth and is actively involved in the initiatives for giving access to secondary school students to good literature to improve their reading and public speaking. She also loves reading, singing, and listening to good music.
She is married with children.
With a rising ovation, let's welcome to the podium Mrs. Azuka Eluchie.
Thank you very much. Let's be seated. Thank you. So it gives me great pleasure to be here with all of you once again. You know, when this story started in 2006, we were there at the very beginning. And for the past, this is the past 16 years, apart from the COVID year, this is for 15 years, this program has continued. And so I haven't been opportune to come as often as I should, but I'm very happy that today I get to be here with you all once again. So thank you very much. I want to thank Mr. Terry Maxwell. I want to thank everyone for giving me the opportunity to be here with all of you once again. Thank you. And congratulations to all the speakers. Honestly, I have not read the book, 1984, but listening to all you have said today, I think it's a book I should go back and read again. It's a book that is necessary to read because you have opened my eyes. Maybe if I read it without listening to you, I may not have even gotten all the, the insights that you have given to us from the discussion. So I want to congratulate all of you. You have spoken very well. Thank you to the teachers because I know that it is yours. You supported them to be able to come out with what they have come out with today. So thank you once again. And I want to also thank the project, the ambassadors. The ambassadors that have come out here today to come and share with us their journey. I'm so proud of, when I'm hearing what they're saying, I'm so proud of them. They have come to share with us and encourage us about what this program has done. I know they have written their names in the Sign of Times. The journey has only begun for them, and I know that God is going to make them, even as they have started out and they have come out to share in their testimony, that they will make a name and a mark for themselves in the name of Jesus. So I don't know, today, when Mr. Terry, when he sent me the invite and said that I'm going to be speaking in the next project school library in November, I knew I had to make every effort, that I could not give any excuse. Several times I have said, oh, I'm not available. In fact, today I told him, don't you know today is work day, and you now have to make me take the day off just to be here. But I am glad I am here. I have been richly blessed. When he came, he said, oh, do I want to talk before the presentation? I said, no, I came here today. I came here today to enjoy so you will not make me lose the benefit of enjoying all that has been prepared. I took a look at the flyer and I said, okay, what am I going to speak on? But when I looked at the flyer, my bag, I want to tell the story of my bag, because for 9 years of my life, I would say that I lived in my bag. I lived in my bag because I was working in one city and I was living in another city. I was either working in Abuja and I was living in Lagos, or I was working in Port Harcourt and I was living in Lagos, which meant that every Saturday morning or every Friday evening, I had to take my bag and come to Lagos for the weekend, and with the first flight on Monday morning, I will go back to either Abuja or to Port Harcourt. And that was how I lived my life for 9 years of my life. So I would say that I lived in my bag. And so the most important thing I had was my hand luggage. The most important thing I had was my hand luggage. And you know, this hand luggage, it had to be light. It had to, you know, there's the correct measurement of the size of your bag. If you don't have the correct measurement of the size of your bag, they will tell you, you have to check in this luggage. And so my bag needed to be light. The minimum weight. Now, I know if you go to Airpeace, because of those of us who travel, we know the weights. So you know that if it is more than 6 kg, they'll tell you, go and check in your bag. So my bag had to be light enough, and it had to be the required size to enable me carry it as hand luggage as I go on my flight. Because if I don't, it means that on Monday morning, when I get to either Abuja or Port Harcourt, I will have to wait for my luggage, and then I will be late for my morning meeting, because I have to take the first flight in the morning. So I have to be sure that my hand luggage must be light enough for me to be able to carry it as hand luggage, and then I will not miss my Monday morning meeting. And of course, Monday morning meetings are the most important meetings of the week, especially when I was in Port Harcourt, you know, in the operational unit. So I knew how to pack my bag in the correct size and measurement. What was also important about my bag, I had to have things in my bag that when I'm packing my bag, I must put things that are not replaceable. Something that I cannot replace. They are the things that go in that bag. 2 months ago, I was going to travel. I was traveling out of the country. And so I packed my things. And then I was talking on the phone. So my children packed my things into the car, and I entered the car, and they drove me to the airport. When I came out at the airport, I looked, and my laptop bag was not there. Of course, I knew that meant that I cannot travel. It's not possible. All I was thinking at that point in time was, when is the next flight? Because it's not possible. I cannot go on this trip if my laptop bag is not with me. And so I stayed. I asked the driver to quickly go back home to bring the laptop bag. And of course, I called. The laptop bag was just sitting down there in the sitting room. So I had to ask the driver to go back. And I was praying, because I checked in, and they kept on announcing. They said, once you have checked in, make sure you start going towards the boarding area and all that. And all I was doing was waiting. God, please have mercy on me. this laptop must come, because if this laptop does not come, it means that I'm going to have to change my flight. Thank God for maybe fuel, because I don't know, because of fuel, traffic is not so much. So my driver was able to go back home and come back, and then by that time people were already going towards the boarding area, and I took my laptop and I went. So it is an important hand luggage. Things that cannot be replaced. You can replace, if it is a dress, you can replace it, you know. There are things that cannot be replaced. So there are important things that I have in my bag. I also need to have things, you know, I also have to know that the bag, I must not have things that are prohibited. You know, sharp objects, you know, things like sprays and all that. You must be sure that they are not in your bag. Because if not, when you are going through the screening, they say, there's something in your bag, you need to go and check in your bag. So you have to be sure that those things are not there. You take away sharp objects. You take away, you know, and then of course I have in my bag, I always have transparent Ziploc bags that I always put in my thing, so that once I get there, I'll say, see what I have. I only have small items that I can check in. So those are things that I have. And then the bag, buying my bag, it was one of the most important things. If I go anywhere, I must go to the shop and look for a bag that is durable. You know why? Because I'm always, you know, that's the bag I'm always going about with. It's the bag I'm going on Friday. It goes with me to Lagos. On Monday, it goes with me to Abuja. And then even anytime, sometimes in the middle of the week, they'll say, oh yeah, start going, you have to go to this place. I carry my bag again. I'm off. So I was living in that bag. Praise the Lord. You know, I am Mama Yad, if you know, if you know something about that. Anyway, so that's the story about my bag. So, and because of the frequent use, it had to be good quality. It had to be durable. And you know, I'm a woman, you know, so sometimes, you know, to make myself feel happy, when I see, you know, one of those branded bags, you know, just to make yourself feel happy. You know, when you have money, you will buy, so that when you're going in the airport, you know, as you're walking along, and then, you know, you're feeling good with yourself because your bag, everybody, when they see you, they say, her bag is very nice, you know? So that is the story of my bag. And that is, I would say that, you know, I'm always ready for any journey because of the way I packed my bags. I'm always ready for any journey. Sometimes I remember in my office, you know, people will ask, I'm talking to them and they're saying, Madam, things are difficult. We're not able to get it. And they're in Lagos. Meanwhile, I'm in Port Harcourt. Immediately, before they even finish speaking, I have already gone into my, taking my bag, and I'm at the airport. In fact, I remember in Port Harcourt, Arik Air, they actually knew me so much that when I'm passing, you know, usually they pat you to try to, you know, they pat you as you're passing. But when I'm passing, the Arik man say, Madam, have you, you know, it's like they are greeting me as per, you know, their customer. So I was always ready for every journey. And so that's why I took this topic and I said, packing your bags. Packing your bags for the journey. Packing your bags for your journey. Life is a journey, you know, of going, you know, either from birth to death. It's a journey because it has an ultimate destination. Like birth to death. You have journeys of education. For example, you are going from your primary school education to secondary school to tertiary career. These are long journeys that you take. When I was younger, when people would tell me, I remember one boss I had, and the boss said, do you know, I have worked in my career, I have worked for 10 years. And then I would look at him and say, you mean you have been working for 10 years in this organization and you are still sitting here? I have worked for 32 years. I've worked, I've worked for 32 years in an organization, and I'm still sitting down there. Of course, now, the career paths that we take as younger people, we have the careers that the younger people are taking is not as long as we have when we were younger. You find out that the younger people, the kind of careers that they take, they have shorter terms in various, as they move from one career to the other. That's what we see now. But of course, in our time, there was some career you entered into and you just sat there for the rest of the journey. So it's a journey. The journey of a marriage. Of course, marriage is a till death do us part. So it is a journey of life. The journey of raising children. You raise children, we raise grandchildren. We continue, as long as we have children, we find out that we continue to raise them. Even after they have gotten married, they have gone into their homes, we are still raising them. That you continue until the Lord comes. And we have shorter journeys. You have those shorter journeys, like we have the project. For example, those of you who reviewed the book today, it was a journey. You had a story. You had the ultimate, you had the goal of coming here to present. So it was a journey. You have the journey of your semester. We are going to the end of the term. By the time we get to this is the beginning. By December, we are going to be the end of first term. So you have shorter journeys. Journeys of finishing a project, completing your assignment. Everything you have is a journey. And each journey begins with packing your bag. Each journey begins with packing your bag so that you are ready for the journey. Because if you don't pack your bags, you will help you on the journey. So I'm going to just talk about a few things that I think you need as you go on your journey. Just a few things. What are things that you need to take you on your journey? So what are the few things? What are the essential things you must pack in your bag? Remember that I told you must pack things that are essential, things that cannot, that are irreplaceable, and things that are light, so that you can use, it can enter into your hand luggage easily. So the first, curiosity, and I will look at curiosity and I'll say it's like your compass. Your compass to direct you. Your curiosity helps your desire to explore, to learn, to understand. Asking questions, seeking knowledge, showing genuine interest in things. Curiosity is something that you need to pack in your bag as you go on life's journey. It's very important. And, never let anyone make you ashamed. Sometimes we don't ask questions because people will say that we don't know. So you don't ask questions. I will say that I also was affected by that. Sometimes I have so many questions in my head, but I say if I get up now and ask the question, they're going to say, that means she doesn't really know all that. And so because of it, sometimes with pride, we don't ask questions. With fear, we don't ask questions. And there's a saying in my place, it says that the person that asks question never gets missing. So no matter how stupid it may seem, it is good to ask those questions. Those questions actually help to bring out a new perspective that even the people who are there may not even have understood. And also, even as young students and young people, sometimes we actually shame people with these questions because we are like, Remember when we're reading the Ben Carson story, when they asked the question and everybody turned around and said, let's hear what he's going to say. Sometimes we do that. And so because of it, we discourage people from asking questions. But you know that when they ask those questions, it helps all of us to understand better. I used to be in a team where there was a man in the team. Every time we are doing a project, before he would ask one question. and then I used to feel like the man was drawing us back because we have all gathered here now. Next thing, he's asking one question, he's asking another question. But after some time, we began to realize that those questions he was asking helped us to look again and review the things that we were doing. And so sometimes when we now get there and he doesn't ask questions, we turn to him and say, what question do you have to ask us? Because we found out that those questions helped to give us a better perspective. It's exciting when you have people that ask questions, because when you now have a better prepared project, you have a better prepared job, because you have questioned it, you have asked a question. So curiosity is very light. It doesn't weigh much. It's good for it to be in your bag, our bag. What's the next thing we need to pack in our bag? We'll pack resilience. Resilience. We say that it's an armor that we have. Resilience is an armor. You know, life is not very easy. It's full of ups and downs. And you know, as we go in journey, life is full of ups and downs. It can be rosy today, it can be bad tomorrow. But when you are resilient, what is resilient? It says it is the ability to bounce back when there is adversity. It is the ability to adapt when there are difficult situations. It's the ability to recover. You are able to bounce back. You're able to look at those challenges and see them as learning curves. You see those challenges as learning curves that you don't. You get better by those challenges. You know, what's his name? Thomas Edison. You have setbacks. We may have lost some parents who would have helped us in school. We may have lost loved ones. We may have failed some exams. We may have failed. But being able to bounce back, what can I learn from this? So it is an armor that is important for you to pack and put in your baggage. So let's go. What other things can we pack? These are light. I'm just looking at light things that don't weigh too much. They don't weigh too much. So what else can you pack in your bag as you go on this journey? What else can we pack? Kindness. Pack a generous supply. Look, it is. In fact, that one is the lightest of all of them. Pack a lot of it and there's space. There's always space in your bag for kindness. Kindness can never be overrated. It's like, it says that it's a magical key that opens doors. It builds bridges, enhances, improves your relationships. So kindness is a key that you should pack in your bag. Treat others the way you will want them to treat you. Help others. Help people. I found out even in school, it's about when you see somebody else who is, you see a fellow student who is going through challenges, help the person out. Actually, you learn more. That secret, I learned it even from secondary school, that you learn better by teaching the next person. You learn better. In the office, you're at teamwork. If you help the other person, your team member that is struggling, your team comes out better. Kindness is not about helping people to cheat in exams. So when I'm saying that you help people, you help them before the exam. You help them before the exam. But, help them see where they are going, where they need support, and be kind. When there are people that are going through challenges, sometimes I remember in the office I used to have, there was a lady, she used to be so difficult, and everybody is afraid of her, But I thought that she may be going through challenges. I didn't see her as a difficult person. All I could see was that she must be going through challenges. there must be something that is wrong. And so rather than being, I just always offered myself up to, help her. Anytime there was a need, I helped. You know that once somebody came to me and said, "That madam, what did you do to her? Once they bring your document to this office," she says, "Anything that woman wants, give it to her. She's not like other women. She's not like other people. Anything she wants, give it to her." What did I do? It is that key. It unlocks doors. It unlocks doors. There is a song that, while I was just reading, there's a song that just came to my mind. When I was now looking at, they gave me the name of somebody that that sang the song, but I really don't know the person. But I remember the song a lot by, Mary Mackey and the Genesis. It says, if you see your brother standing by the way with a heavy load from the seed he sowed, if you see your sister falling by the way, just stop and say, "You're going the wrong way." It says, "You've got to try a little kindness, show a little kindness, shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, and you overlook the blindness of narrow-minded people on a narrow-minded streets." I'm sure you people cannot remember. I'm sure you're looking at me and say, "Where is this song coming from?" I'm sure you're wondering, where is this song coming from? It's coming from way back. But you see, kindness is never overrated. It is powerful. It is an essential quality. So ensure you have kindness packed in your bag. So, what else do we need? Passion. Passion. I say that it's your fuel. Passion gives you the enthusiasm, the desire for something. When we were talking about, I was listening to the ambassadors, when they were talking about how they developed the passion for reading. Passion for reading. What is the passion? When you have a passion for something, it helps you, it drives your enthusiasm. You want to achieve something in that way. As a young person, I had my passion was numbers. I remember somebody, one of the she was saying that, that she doesn't speak, she's not a public speaker. Welcome. There are many of us. Rather than speak, I'd rather write. And that I was comfortable with. And so I liked to write, and then I liked numbers. It was easy for me. It was something that I loved. And I remembered when it was time to take JAMB, my father bought JAMB form and wrote me a letter and said, "My dear daughter, it will be good for you to do law." Law. Remember, I don't even like talking. And so I also wrote back to him and I said, "Daddy, I would like to do law, but I'll rather do a course that has numbers, because I just want to do, I'm just comfortable with numbers." And I think that I looked and I think that one of the courses I can do with numbers is accountancy. And then he said, "Okay, my dear, you can do accounting. And then after you have finished your accounts, then you can go and do law." I don't want to say thank God he died, because maybe so maybe if he was still alive, he would have told me, it will be wonderful. Now is a good opportunity for you to do law. And it is true. What he has said is not a lie. But, at that time, in my small mind, all I just wanted to do was accountancy. So you must have a passion. So pack your passion inside your bag. It propels you to pursue your dream. So, what else can we pack? The bag is not full yet. What else can we pack in that bag? Let's look at what else we can pack. Respect. Respect. Respect for yourself and respect for the people around you. Respect for your environment. It helps to build you up. You know, when you respect yourself, you will find out that you will not do things that will make you, that will bring insult upon you. You will, you respect yourself and you also respect the people around you. When you respect people around you, you are able to, look at the difference, respect their difference, honor their difference, so that even though we are different, but we can, when we are able to respect each other, then you will find out that life is better. Even respecting our environment, it is something that we don't. I remember when we were in secondary school, if you dare drop a piece of paper on the road, my principal, that means that for the rest of that day, you are going to spend it picking papers all around the school. But you can imagine that even up till now, I still have a problem. If I have something that I need to throw, I'll put it in my bag. Because I'm inside the back of my head, I'm imagining that my Miss Howard will pass by and he will catch me. So you respect the environment. When you look at the debt that we have in Lagos, if you see the debt we have in Lagos, it is an indication that we don't respect our environment. And when you don't respect your environment, you dehumanize yourself. You make yourself, less than who you are. You make yourself less than who you are. So you need to respect yourself, respect others, and respect the environment. It's an important item that you need to have in your bag. I would have stopped here, but I just want one more thing that I think we need to put in that bag. That is very important. Let's look at the other thing, and that is integrity. Integrity. I think if we, let's put integrity. I would say that it's a study foundation. It's a foundation. When you, if you have it in your bag, then the bag is, the bag will not, it's not likely to fall apart. It's there. So, integrity is a study foundation for your bag. And that is the quality of being true. Being true to yourself. He says, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. You do the right things, not only when people can see you, but you do the right things even when nobody recognizes. You do the right things even when it is difficult. Integrity is something that a lot of us, even as, I'll just say, as a nation, integrity is a problem that we have. There's some, in 2022, it says in the 2022 Corruption Perception Index, it says that Nigeria ranks 150 out of 180. But I'm not even worried about the 150 over 180. But the fact that we scored 24 over 100, which means that our society, that integrity is not valued. People, when we're looking at reviewing the book, and we're talking about the various ministries that they have in that book, and you could see that when they talk about the ministry of love, they say it's a ministry of torture. Is that not? Then the ministry of peace, they say it's the ministry of war. And I was like, we're reading it and it looks like it's something that is far away, but honestly, look at us in Nigeria. That's actually what is happening to us. Everything we say, everything that is said to us is a lie. It's a lie. But that's why we're here. Integrity. one person, honestly, like I keep telling people, I'm not interested in changing the world. Neither am I interested in changing Nigeria. I'm just interested in changing one person. In fact, I'm interested in changing myself. And I think that if all of us are interested in changing ourselves individually, then we will see the effect all around. So integrity is an important thing that we need to have in our bag. It does not only benefit our personal well-being, but it also contributes to the creation of a more just, honest, and respectful society. And so it is a core value. Even if you don't have anything in your bag, and that's why I said the things you must have in your bag are things that cannot be replaced. There are things that cannot be replaced. So integrity is one thing that we must have in our bag. So I was telling you about my journey, and I said my journey, I used to go with my bag, but I didn't tell you how I started that journey. And when I started that journey, I started it in 2009. They came to us and said to us that that our office is moving to Abuja, and so that all of us have to move to Abuja. And I said to my boss, I said, even if there's only one person that is left in Lagos, I would like to be that person. And he said to me, if you stay in Lagos, it means that you don't have a job. So you either decide to come with us to Abuja, or you decide what you can remain in Lagos and know that you will not have a job. And so with all the reluctance, I reached out to one of my friends. Now said to me, when I told the friend, because I had heard all sorts of stories, that if you go to Abuja, your marriage is going to be in trouble, your children are going to have problems, everything, every negative story was told to me. And then she said to me, I want you to believe God as you go on this journey. I want you to know that as you are going to Abuja, that you are going to have the best. That is, the things that are going to happen to you, that Abuja is going to open up to you, things that you never, ever imagined. And so, with that faith and trust in God, he said, it says that the Lord knows the way through the wilderness. All I have to do is to follow him. So with that, I went to Abuja. And I can tell you the truth. When I got there, the opportunities that opened up to me, even over and above my career, things that I could never have done, imagined, gave me visibility, gave me helpers all around, so that anywhere I walked into, when there was something that was difficult and impossible to be done, as soon as I walked in, there was somebody there waiting for me to help me to do the job. And they kept wondering, how did she do it? In fact, there was a day they finished a meeting. One of my colleagues turned and said, Madam, I know you have been praying. I said, really? He said, yes, because it's obvious. What has just happened shows that you have been praying, because what they did not imagine could happen, they entered there and everything, even before the meeting had started, it was imagined that things will not turn out. But as soon as I walked in and the meeting started, everything turned round. And all I had was an all-round favor. So for you to go on any journey, the faith of God, you need the faith of God to carry anything that you will carry as you go on life's journey. So you see, I'll say that these six items that I have mentioned now, these 6 essential things that I have mentioned that are in your bag, they are going to serve as guiding stars as you go on life's journeys. Curiosity is going to lead you to new horizons. Resilience will keep you strong. Kindness will make your path smoother. Passion will drive you forward. Respect will build you up. And integrity will give you long-term happiness, life satisfaction, and a solid foundation for a better society. So let us, in conclusion, I will say that life is an extraordinary adventure. It's exciting, it's full of challenges, and it has endless opportunities for growth. So hold on to that ride with open arms, with open heart, and an open mind. And remember that your bag is not just restricted to those 6 items. I just call those 6 items because they are lightweight. Ensure you don't put any heavy weights. Don't put heavy weights. You know, the Bible tells us, it says, let us not, is in Hebrews, it says, let us not carry any weight and besetting sins. They will hinder our journey. So ensure that the things I've called, the things that are heavy, you know what the things are? Pride, anger, bitterness. They are like, some of them are like these sharp swords, these sharp objects that I have talked about that are not permitted in your hand luggage. They will prevent you from continuing the journey. So ensure you don't have them. But pack any other thing you want. You can pack a lot of love. Laughter is good. Carry your dreams. They are all things. They are all lightweight. You can put them in your bag. And so, just to say to all of us, dear students, dear teachers, dear aunties, dear uncles, we are all fellow travelers. I just want to conclude by saying, bon voyage, dear travelers. The world awaits. Thank you very much. Thank you.